Hi guys, so a huge problem I have with the segment Fool of the Week is that as soon as I've uploaded the video, we get somebody who's just as bad, if not worse. Here is Sir William Cash, Brexiteer. So, poor Sir William struggles to know what century we're in at the best of times, never mind what day it is. And he, like another Brexiteer, Ben Habib, tried to draw a very crooked line between what's happening in Ukraine at the moment and what's happening in Northern Ireland. You know, because sovereignty.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I heard the exchange just now with the member for Edinburgh North and the Secretary of State. There are many of us in this House who are deeply concerned about the lack of progress regarding the issue of Northern Ireland in the context of these negotiations. I think it is important for us just to bear in mind, and I would like to ask the Secretary of State whether he recognises there is a sovereignty issue for Northern Ireland, which still remains on the table regarding EU lawmaking, and although it's quite different in its context, it still is also worth remembering that we're also dealing with the Ukrainian situation, which is one of sovereignty as well.
How are these things related? You're saying, yes, it is quite different. And then why did you bring it into the discussion? Why didn't you talk about Taiwan? Why didn't you talk about Tibet? Why didn't you talk about Why Northern Ireland and Ukraine? They're completely unrelated. I can't even make any connections between Ukraine and Northern Ireland. Now, Brexiteers will try and make the connection, saying that the European Union has somehow invaded Northern Ireland. Ben Habib voted for the withdrawal agreement in the European Parliament. William Cash, as far as I know, voted for the withdrawal agreement in the House of Commons. The withdrawal agreement contains the Northern Ireland Protocol. You can't get away from that. You're responsible for it. You know, I don't think there's anyone in Ukraine who voted for the Russians to invade. Because just imagine a scenario where somebody was standing up in the Ukrainian parliament complaining about what the Russians are doing, and somebody asked them, but didn't you vote for this? And they said, yes, I voted for that.
My honourable friend makes a very important and absolutely accurate point. The reality is that we have not...
What's accurate about it?
Not seeing enough progress. We're not seeing yet enough flexibility and pragmatism from the EU. What is positive is I think there is a recognition now, and in the conversations I've had with the Vice President Šefčovič as well, a recognition that there are issues with the protocol that need to be resolved. We all want to see that happen at a much faster pace than we've seen, and see more flexibility to resolve all of these issues, both in terms of trade and he is quite right, remembering that Northern Ireland is an integral part of the United Kingdom and, of course, the United Kingdom's internal market.
Notice that Brandon Lewis did not mention Ukraine. I think even Brandon Lewis is not going to stoop that low. But there we have it. Bill Cash, William Cash, Brexiteer, trying to inject the situation in Ukraine into Northern Ireland politics. Obviously, he doesn't give a crap about Northern Ireland, otherwise he wouldn't have supported Brexit. Obviously, he doesn't give a crap about Northern Ireland because he's trying to, connect a very serious issue around the world with something trivial in Northern Ireland. The protocol is trivial. Not the protocol itself, but the issues connected to the protocol are trivial. Especially trivial when you compare them to what's happening in Ukraine. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.